All right, we are in bounce mode. The Nasdaq 100 is up almost 2%. I'm recording this right now, 2 p.m. Eastern time on Tuesday. We started the week off on sort of shaky ground and we have bounced back up into the range here. You can see on the weekly time frame, last week we were down 4% in the Qs. We're bouncing up 2%. Inside week in progress. Obviously, we'll see what Friday looks like. But we ask ourselves now, looking ahead, is this the time? Is it safe and all clear to take risk? Or do we still want to be selective and patient? I'm still saying selective and patient with a bullish bias still, but I don't want to get too excited. Let's look through some of the charts now. In fact, actually, we're going to start with our market navigator indicator. This is our market health indicator. We keep things very simple. It's a proprietary indicator. There's a lot of calculations going on underneath the hood, but it basically outputs a weak swing trading environment, a mixed swing trading environment, and a strong swing trading environment. We are in the mixed state right now, and that basically tells us don't freak out at the lows, don't get too excited at the highs, be careful chasing breakouts, be careful chasing breakdowns or, throwing in the towel expecting a lot lower prices. Obviously, individual stocks can move in their own sort of idiosyncratic ways, but this is the way things look. We were in a bullish backdrop for 4 months. We recently were downgraded, and so now we're just kind of sitting patient here. We still want long exposure, but we want to get the prices that we want to pay. We don't want to chase. We don't want to be greedy. We want to take profit targets. These are the principles that we are trading by right now from a swing trading perspective. Now, let's look at some of the infrastructure plays, because Friday in our weekly video, we basically said infrastructure has topped for the next, call it 6 months, the cycle, the rest of this year. And we are seeing Oracle now. I'm just going to start here, catching a bid today, a bounce. Now, again, if we take a look at this chart, it is down 51% in a month and a half, 5% today. The bleeding seems to have stopped. Can we bounce? Absolutely. Can we make it all the way back up to $145, $150? Yes, we absolutely could. We could easily see some type of squeeze or some, good news or less bad news kind of come in from this space. But I do think that these charts are structurally in a painful spot for the foreseeable future. Look at iron. Now, there's some good news contracts signed today. They're collecting a lot of revenue up front. That's wonderful. The stock, though, I think could still just trade sideways here for quite a bit of time. It got cut in half over a month and a half. It's up a quick 30%. This isn't quite the spot I want to get excited on this name. If you're an investor, different story. DCA into lows, look for bargain prices, wait for these types of sell-offs. And if you've got a long-term horizon and you're willing to weather the storm, or the chop, that's entirely a different plan. Speaking to the traders, this is not necessarily the time I would want to be chasing some of these names. So CoreWeave getting another bid here today. Oklo, you could look at space stocks are catching a little bit of a bounce. So just a little bit of kind of risk on mean reversion, bouncy action this week. Now, of course, we've got earnings coming up. So Tesla reporting earnings tomorrow after the bell. This stock also has recently suffered down and chop and sideways. So we're going to have numbers coming out of Tesla and we're going to have numbers coming out of Google, which will be very important tomorrow after the bell. Google's off about 16% from its highs. So, when we kind of look at where we are right now, I just want to be pretty patient as a swing trader. I still want to be involved in the market, but I don't want to be chasing those breakouts or those bounces on day 3 and kind of broken charts. I want to point your attention to industries. So in our Market Navigator product, we also score, or really just ranking, kind of the industry performance over the past month. And if you look at what's at the top of the performance industry lists, healthcare tech, REITs that are healthcare, life sciences tools, biotechnology. It is a very healthcare biotech sort of focused area. And that's why over the past couple of weeks, I've been talking about biotech as being one of my favorite places. It broke out, it pulled back. It seems to be stabilizing. This is sort of where I'd be fishing right now in, just kind of the healthy trends in a pullback opportunity, looking for these types of names. NTRA. So this is one that is on our Quant Rockets momentum buy list right now. So we own it, we're long it. One example of just a specific stock inside a leading sector, inside, kind of a mixed market backdrop. So I think that's all I want. Oh, and crypto today is certainly getting some love. So Bitcoin here fading off the highs right now, but still pretty strong. Look at something like a Coinbase, which I do own. I have a position here in Coinbase. I don't necessarily think it's a great swing trading vehicle right now, so I would not come in and buy this. But from a longer term perspective, I have some coin in here, but it's up 11%, one of its best days in a while. Looks like it's kind of breaking through some resistance. So a little bit of a changing of kind of sentiment and the guard here in some of these names. You can go right down the list, but getting a little bit of strength there in crypto just kind of speaks to a little risk on appetite, or at least a little short covering that's going on right now, maybe ahead of earnings. Obviously, crypto has got the clarity, which is sort of getting a little bit of an upgrade in terms of its likelihood of passing. So message here, intra-week is basically don't get chopped up. Markets are still in a messy kind of rotation spot. Technology specifically, I would just be a little bit careful chasing, 3 days up in a row, or, 4 or 5% bounces off the lows. Be a little bit, just kind of wait and see and let the dust settle, let that strength come back in. That's the way I'm looking at it. And hopefully this video was helpful. We got links in the description of the show. Have a good rest of the week. We'll see you on the weekend.